All right. Thank you for staying with us. We now speak, still about democracy and opposition, parties in Nigeria living up to the billions, of what they are expected to be, to identify issues, critique issues very reasonably, and keep the government in power at all levels on their toes. That is a responsibility that at least they should provide and do it from a place of principle, from a place of adage around here, which I will try to, translate that it's because the people that are alive are not doing so well. That is where you get to remember people that are passed on, celestial beings, and maybe that's why. Now we have with us a member of the opposition party at the national level, somebody who has been, part of the ESCOs at the biggest level of the PDP, former Deputy Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Prince Dinodemi, joins us virtually again. Good morning, sir. Good to have you, Prince.
Good morning. I'm happy to be with you this morning.
Thank you very much. You saw my adage. You're an elder, so I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. To say is because something is wrong. That is why, with the opposition parties not providing quality leadership, in fact, all of them, the ones that are not defected, even when they are in their cocoon, they have been singing the praises. Some of them are even saying, whatever comes, we know where we are going towards, supporting an opposition candidate for whatever reason, come 2027. That's the docility and the ineffectiveness of quality opposition that has made the big tent shadow cabinet proposal of Patutomi to come into place and say, if this politician will not do what is right, some group of people will come out and do what is right. What is your impression of Patutomi's shadow cabinet due to opposition parties missing in action?
What Patutomi has done is not novel, is not new. This is what operates in an ideal democratic setting. It is what happens virtually everywhere where democracy is being practiced. And for Patutomi to think that he can introduce that in Nigeria, he deserves an applause. He deserves praising. And it means he is concerned about government and governance in Nigeria. Of course, in the absence of viable opposition, what Patutomi has done is to put the government on their toes. And I think a reasonable government should appreciate this, because the Yoruba language, he who is not being pursued by a masquerade is not likely to run. If you don't have a credible opposition, if you don't have any organization pointing to you what are the right things to do at the right time, then you probably will not know that you are not doing well. Through opposition, through a shadow cabinet, it will allow you to gauge and measure the people you put in your cabinet to see if they are actually performing or they are just there as decorators. So what Patutomi has done, I think, deserves an applause as against the way the government is perceiving it. It is only in Nigeria that we do things upside down. People who deserve to be praised are the people we take to court. People we should take to court are the people we personally we give credit to. Patutomi is a great Nigerian. I appreciate his courage, and I stand by his decision to put up a shadow cabinet.
All right, Prince Odemi. Talking about the opposition in Nigeria. So far, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is still in the PDP, and he has been very strong and vocal, trying to go about this business of coalition to, work with other political parties and other key figures in the opposition to form a coalition, just still about opposition, putting forth a formidable opposition to tackle the ruling party. My question is, what is the position of the PDP as a party regarding this coalition?
The party has made its stand known regarding Atiku's fraternity with other political parties. And what the party said was that when it is time for the party to form a coalition, they will do it with credible political party, and they will invite the political parties to join them in PDP. Not that PDP, as a bigger party, as a branded political party, will now merge itself with other political parties. What Atiku is doing is personal. Atiku is very much interested in ruling this country. He has contested, several times, and he has failed. And the one we don't understand in PDP is that maybe Atiku still believes he's still having that 2023 presidential mandate with him. For him to start representing the party in a coalition arrangement. This is not the situation.
So are you saying
the leader?
Are you saying Atiku is not carrying the party along? Are you saying he's on his own at this time?
That's exactly my point. He's on his own. Atiku as a presidential candidate of PDP in 2023 is not the same as PDP as a political party. PDP as a political party has its organs. We have the National Working Committee, headed by the chairman of the party today, Damagu. We have the National Executive Council. We have the VOT. These are the organs of the party that constitutionally will be talking to other political parties, not an individual, not Atiku. What Atiku is doing is his personal desire to become the presidential candidate again in 2027. And this is why the party and the governors came out strongly that Atiku is on his own. They have said it. And I'm in line with what the party said. Atiku is just representing himself. And he's moving around these political parties so that he can become their presidential candidate. How that will work out is a story for another day. So he's not representing his party, he's representing himself.
All right. Now, two questions for me. Number one is this. You praised, you have just give credence to the fact that Patu told me should be praised, and his initiative, rather, for the shadow cabinet, and it shouldn't be, frowned at or sued by the DSS because they have taken his case to court, and we can't really speak on that. But some of his prayers are that the court, should, put it to rest, because whatever he's doing can cause chaos. Is an attempt to usurp executive powers from the president, and all of those things, and many things are on right now. Now, even while you have praised Patu Tomi for his initiative, one would say, yes, Patu Tomi on one side, if the opposition have been efficacious, they have been efficient, they have not been docile, they have not been inactive, maybe Patu Tomi's shadow cabinet, even there might not be need for it, or even if there is a need for it, nobody will really, put more attention. It's because the opposition parties are not doing what they are supposed to do. Is it that they are feeding fat at the moment, or they have some of their people eyeing something else? Now, I'll give you an example. Now, this morning, all the papers have it that Dave Umaya said all the governors of the Southeast will support the president, irrespective of the party. Peter Mba is a PTP governor. Alex Oti is a LP governor. And he has said all of them will support President Tinubu. This 2025 endorsements are flying all over the place. And it shows that maybe the APC, they are just waiting for the time, because, and this is part of what Patu Tomi is saying, that government action should not just be praised, but where are the opposition parties, including your party, the PDP, who is being dismembered by the day?
There is no adjective you use, to describe the absence of opposition party that is not right. The opposition is inactive, they are not in existence, and they are not speaking with a loud voice. I agree with you. And this party, because PDP is in crisis, Labour is in crisis, there is no political party in Nigeria that is not in crisis. And that perhaps is the reason why you see people endorsing the president, for 2027. Good. One thing I want you to know is that politics is not mathematics where 2 + 2 = 4. This is seasonal. This is the season. You see, some people like to copy or to go about things that are, they like to follow trends, irrespective of, the reality on ground. I am now telling you that let the old government in Nigeria endorse President Bola Tinubu. Let's see how or if anybody will not come out against him to contest in 2027, despite all these endorsements. Like in football, it is seasonal. This is the season for endorsement, and people are just following trends. Politics, this is not politics. Politics has not even started. Politics is like abracadabra. The more you do, the less you see. The endorsement you are seeing today will not translate or transform into victory or vote in 2027. Mark my word for it.
All right.
Because when you are talking of this endorsement and individuals supporting the president now, then you now come back to the real question. Are Nigerians smiling? Are things going normally as it should go? Are people eating well or feeding well? What about the economy? What about the security? These are the questions Nigerians will ask at the appropriate time, irrespective of the judgment that you are seeing now. It is an average Nigerian voter that will form the bulk of opposition, that will cast their vote and ensure that they put right a government they want in government, not this endorsement. This endorsement is just the drama for the moment. If you see anybody, any governor endorsing it, they have their mission and they have their purpose. Some will want to contest for second term and we don't want federal might to disturb them. Some are having EFCC cases because when you join APC, your sins are forgiven. Some are looking forward to appointment by praising the president. So all these factors come into play. So what you are seeing now as endorsement is just...
sorry if I'm important, Prince Odemi. You have also promised your support for the president as well, if push come to shove. So are you different?
My dear brother, what I have said is political. And let me analyze it. I'm a member of PDP.
Yeah.
I believe in the constitution of the PDP. And I believe in rotational presidency. If PDP presents a Southern, then we will contest against Bola Tinubu. If, however, PDP presents a candidate from the North, then you have to think, you have to rethink and reset your brain. Are we doing the right thing in PDP? And this is the fact that it goes beyond political party. It is now about interest. It is now about Nigeria. You can't have a northerner rule the country for 8 years. And you now say, after 4 years of Bola Tinubu, you now want a northerner to come there. It was a note of a warning to PDP. Let us follow our constitution. Let us follow our natural convention, which we all believe and we all agree that after the North comes the South. And that was the basis why the 5 governors disagreed and ensured that they worked against Atiku. If again PDP made such a mistake by presenting a northerner, then they have given Bola Tinubu the opportunity to win the election after.
All right, Prince Odemi. Well said. All right, Prince Odemi. 2 questions from me. The first one, you've made it clear that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is just pursuing his personal ambition, that he is not representing the party, that he's speaking for himself. First question is this: what exactly is wrong with the PDP? If Atiku, who's still in the PDP, is going about his business without carrying the party along, why can't he be sanctioned? The same thing happened with Nyesom Wike, okay? When he went about anti-party activity, until today, he's still in the PDP. He hasn't been sanctioned. the PDP is no longer as strong as it used to be. So what exactly is the problem? Why can't the PDP put its house together? And that's exactly why the PDP is not a serious opposition force in Nigeria now. That's my first question. My second question is this. Looking at the situation in Nigeria right now, okay? Atiku, of course, is going about his business in opposition. You have said that if he should emerge, or if the PDP should in any way put forward a northern candidate, that you would support. And of course, a lot of people too are of that opinion that they would rather support the president, that's talking about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for a second term. This is still weakening opposition in Nigeria. So the problem, the question is, why can't PDP deal with people who are taking part in anti-party activities? Why can't PDP put its house together at this time?
Number one, the issue of Wike is not anti-party. I've said this every. Wike is just participating in the government of national, in the interest of national unity. When he was contacted, when he was offered the appointment, he got permission, right permission from PDP, right from the world level to the national. Even the party, the national chairman of the party, agreed and endorsed him for that position. So, and let me tell you one thing. Virtually all the governors in this country submitted names to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for appointment of their fellow indigenous from their state. And you wouldn't know how many special advisors, how many board chairmen that are in this government that are in other political parties. So when you are talking of Wike, Wike has not committed any offense. It is not anti-party activities because up till now, he has been attending PDP functional meetings and he has never declared himself to be a member of APC. So that of Wike is not indiscipline. There is no provision in the constitution of the party that says you cannot serve in any government when called upon by the president. That is Wike. Coming to Atiku's issue, anybody can dance, anybody can do whatever. When I say do whatever, Atiku is an individual, and the party has made it clear that you are on your own. So you cannot force the party, or you cannot say the party should expel him or do whatever. If he is doing something and claiming that he's doing it on the behalf of the party, when the party is aware of the fact that he's doing it on his own. So it's a game we are playing ourselves. And when you are talking of discipline, when you look at the constitution of the party, there is no section of the constitution of the party that has been broken with this activity and with what they are doing. I can agree with you without saying yes, the constitution of the party is weak. I know that within myself. There ought to have been a review of the constitution we are using from 2017. And I even subscribe to the fact that constitution is bound to be reviewed virtually every year or every 2 years because Nigerian politicians become wiser by events and circumstances. And they always do something that will be to their own favor, personal favor, not in the interest of the party, not in the interest of Nigeria. And this is why I will support a review of the constitution. But the constitution the party is operating now is like Nigerian constitution that is modular, that is not in line with what is happening in the country. So just exactly what we have, and that's why you all these things you are describing as indiscipline and calling on the party to exert its authority cannot take place.
All right, coming to my second question, Prince Odeyemi, since you've made it clear that Atiku is on his own, what strategic steps is your party taking towards this coalition movement? What strategic steps are you taking? Because, of course, the PDP is no longer as strong as it used to be. So if Atiku is working on his own, as a party, what are the strategies you've put in place, to work towards, having a coalition?
If you want to talk to other political parties, you will want to avoid the embarrassment of a cogent question. Have you put your house in order before coming to us, for coalition? So what we need to do, the first step to be done is for our party to put its foot down, to come together in unison and say, yes, enough of all this ego, enough of all this rascality, enough of all these passive anti-party activities. Let us come together.
So for now, Prince Odeyemi, you are saying that for now, the PDP as a party is not actively working towards a coalition.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. Get me right. What I'm saying is, first thing first. If you want other political parties to work with you, you must show them that you are capable or you have understanding in your own right, you know, to be able to talk to them. So what I'm saying in essence is, first thing first, let us put our house in order before we contact others to come and live in our house.
All right. Now, less many things to be asked, because I would love to take you on your choice that you said if the PDP will zone into the north or bring Atiku, then you rather support President Tinubu. I'd rather say, why Tinubu? Why not support another Southerner? If the choice is about Southerner for you. But then, let's leave that because of time. The PDP in the Southwest, there was a time, Prince Odeyemi, you are from here, that in 1999, the Southwest, you know, was under the control of the AD governors. All of them, you know, from Bababisi Akonde to Babadi Farati to President Tinubu and all of those people. Later, things changed. Yes, Lamadeshino in Oyo State. And things changed. Yeah. The state fell, you know, to your party, with the exception of Lagos, and till now. Now, the dispensations have changed again. The APC are in charge, except in Osun and Oyo State. And one will say, how credible is the PDP in the Southwest? You know, Governor Seyi Makinde appears to be the leader. But it worked for Asiwaju in 2023, you know, partly due to what you highlighted earlier. Now we have, you know, Asiwaju Adeleke here, who is the governor. And the election is coming up, you know, next year in Osun State. And the APC are garnering. They have been putting their house in order. The quality and the array of aspirants under them, just yesterday or 2 days ago, President Otumbabayemi joined the fray as well. There is a Bao, Bola Oyebamiji, there is an SRJ, and all of those guys. Now, don't you fear that you might lose maybe the remaining states?
I'm not entertaining any fear about this. One thing is certain. In Osun State today, we don't have any other candidate except Asiwaju Senator Nuruddin Adeleke.
That's of the PDP.
We don't have any other candidate.
That's of the PDP.
That's for the PDP. That's for the PDP. In APC, I can tell you that where 2, 3, 4 candidates are aspirants are contesting, they have their own strategy. And I can tell you, politicians are not always satisfied with the outcome of any primary election. And that is why you see some of them working for the opposition. Let me tell you this secret today and go and write it down. Many of these people you are calling aspirants in APC will join hands with PDP and work with them. Mark my word for
How do you mean? You mean an SRJ will work with you?
Let me tell you the calculation.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the calculation.
Tell me.
The point is, Governor Adeleke is from the West now. And people who are in the Central or in the East will rather prefer him to finish his second term so that the zoning will come to Central or to the East, rather than having somebody new from the East, from the West, who will contest and aspire for another 8 years. So be rest assured that whoever is contesting in the Central and in the East, we look at that permutation and we rather support PDP to win that election as against anybody from the West.
Is this the politician in you talking, or is the reality? By the way, taking into cognizance that Governor Seyi Makinde, hold on, sir, Governor Seyi Makinde in 2027 will not be returning again. So what will be the fate of the Oyo State PDP and their gubernatorial candidate? That's why I'm putting those two together, that it might just slip away.
No. You see, all policies are dynamic and they are local. What operates in your state is not what is going to operate in Osun. Okay. Take that from me. The policies in Ekiti is quite different from the policies in Ondo. And this is why I am sure that by the special grace of God, this election in Osun will be free, fair, and Adeleke will emerge victorious. Right. I've just told you a simple analysis. There are too many others that I can go on to tell you. Let me ask you a question. Are you sure that Aregbesola, or can we say that Aregbesola is not a factor in Osun? No. He has his own people. But the point is, by the time he realized that his own people will not form the majority to win the governorship election, he will rather work with PDP. So the scenarios and the strategies are there. The indices are there. The PDP will not entertain any fear. It is even our prayer that more aspirants will join. Are you not saying Omishore is not a factor? Because I can tell you that Omishore is also aspiring. Dr. Mabaye is aspiring. Omowora is aspiring. All of these put together can assure you that they will not have a united voice to incorporate whoever emerges in APC to win this, to even protect against us.
All right, Prince Odeyemi.
Forget about winning.
Okay. All right, Prince Odeyemi, you have said it, that first things first, that the PDP, you have to put your house together first before you start talking about coalition. My question to you is this, two questions actually. Saying that 2027 is just around the corner, by this time next year, you should have your own presidential candidate. The first question is, how long will it take you to put your house together? How long will it take the PDP to put their house together and put forth a formidable opposition towards 2027 general election? And my second question is this. I want you to take a wild guess. Who do you see the PDP putting forward as their presidential candidate for 2027, if not Atiku Abubakar?
The second question is hypothetical. Hypothetical in the sense that I don't know the people that will come out to aspire for president in 2027 in PDP. And if you are now saying, if not Atiku, I can tell you now, will not even win the primary election in PDP again. I can tell you that. So the issue of Atiku and who is going to emerge or who is popular or who else can be more popular than Atiku to contest as the presidential candidate PDP does not arise. Let's wait.
So who then? I just wanted to take a guess. Just take a wild guess. I mean, you're an insider. That's why I asked that question.
I don't want to dare people who will come out to say yes, they are interested in this election. Until then, it's only when they come out that we'll be able to assess them.
Well, Nyesom Wike has said he's not interested. Someone like Nyesom Wike said he's not interested. There's no way we contest them against his boss. So that one is clear. He's not interested. So I just wanted you to give us possible,
Just one word for that. Just one word for that. Wike has said many things that he wouldn't do, that he came back to do. So don't believe politicians when they talk. Don't owe them for their thoughts. Wike has said many things that he wouldn't do, that he is now doing.
Okay, all right. Because of
the word that he's not going to contest, it's not something we can take to the bank. No.
All right.
So forget about that.
So going back to my first question, how long will it take you then?
A statement just to keep himself in office. So let's wait until we have started. The last Bauchi meeting they had with the leaders of the party was a success. So successful. And to be followed up with the National Executive Council meeting very soon. After that, don't forget, we are having our national convention where we will elect National Executive Council members, our National Working Committee members in December. With all these activities taking place, with more meetings taking place and people discussing among themselves, PDP will come back to reckoning.
All right.
It's a brand that will not die.
All right.
So just give us the time. We are putting our house in order, and we believe it is after this that we can now take the second stage. We will now look for other political parties of like mind, that we can talk together and, do things together.
All right. Prince Dinodemi, former Deputy Publicity Secretary of the PDP. Thank you for your time and your take. It's always good to speak with you.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be with you this morning.
All right. Yeah.
And thanks for the opportunity.
You're welcome. We should go.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure having you join us on the show on Western Spring Television on Morning Spring. To you, our esteemed viewers, thank you once again. Of course, to the production team, thank you for doing a good job. Emeka Daniel is my name. Please join us again tomorrow for a fresh edition of Morning Spring on Western Spring Television. Good morning and have a wonderful day.
And of course, Femi Ojo is my name. Thank you for being with us all day. We'll leave you with this video. It's about what we talked about earlier that happened in Ibadan, Oyo State, where a student was fatally, unfortunately shot by some very unfortunate, trigger-happy policeman. We hope this doesn't repeat itself. By the way, we must warn you, it's quite a gory.
Good. Comment tu fais là? Come on, little Lord. Patron wo tẹ̀lé. Patron tẹ̀lé. Patron wo tẹ̀lé. Wọ́n ló máa kú sí.